Alright everybody, it's time for a quick camera review. I couldn't stand it. After seeing it online, I had to buy myself an SJ4000. This thing only cost me $100, came with 2 extra batteries and a suction cup mount. All sorts of mounts, in fact. See all my mounts there? The mounts are the same as a GoPro, so it is adaptable. And now I just want to run you through some of the things I've already discovered with the camera. So you've probably seen the HDR feature if you've been looking around on the internet about this camera, and you've probably seen the image sharpness feature. Now I read somewhere that the image sharpness only acted on the photo mode. Well, that's completely wrong. Here's something I shot just a little bit ago. This is sharpening on soft, and it's actually adding the most sharpening. So the sharpening settings are backwards. Normal looks pretty good. The sharpening is pretty nasty. It's not great. I would shoot on strong. Strong will be actually the least amount of sharpening, and then I'd add the sharpening in post, because you'll get a much nicer sharpening filter in post. Here I'm in Adobe Premiere. Now I want to talk about the HDR feature. Now this is really strange to me. I discovered this when looking at test footage. If you look at my scope here, my video scope, you can see that it's clipping pretty hard. Obviously, you know, we're looking at the sky, so of course it would. But the thing is, with HDR mode on, you can actually recover that. That data isn't gone. It's simply set to the wrong value or whatever in the H.264 file. So if you look at this image now that I've added that curves plug-in to it, check it out. I've got quite a good amount of detail in my highlights, which is fantastic for a $100 camera. Nice detail in the shadows too. Of course, it's an H.264 compression, and the card on this thing is pretty slow, so it can't really do that great of a job saving a high quality image. So you get some compression artifacts, and you know, it's a little soft. But the thing is I was very impressed with the HDR feature. As you can see, my highlights are not that clipped, and I'm shooting directly into the sun, which is crazy for a cheap camera. The sharpness setting, that's a huge issue that needs to be flipped around so it's correct. Here, I'll show you my image. This is my image with the sharpening filter that I added in post. And without it there. So looks a little better than the blocky, nasty sharpening here. So this is the image you'd get doing no post-production, setting your sharpness to maximum. Pretty nasty. Looks like a $100 camera. And then with the right sharpening settings and some sharpening in post and color correction, you actually get an image that I would argue is almost better than a GoPro. So that's the SJ4000 in a nutshell. As far as the camera itself, it's actually surprisingly good quality physically. The waterproof housing is very nice. I dig the waterproof housing actually, because rather than the tight flippy clamp, it just kind of, on this one, just clicks down. So you just got a little switch, and so to open it back up, you just pull the switch and it opens right back up. We also get this clampy thing. This allows you to mount your camera in a more of a skeleton style housing. So this could allow you to mount it on your dash. Suction cup mount was like $6. It came with cable ties. I found that hilarious, because they just know your level of grip work when you're buying an SJ4000. Came with some Velcro. The one I bought came with 2 extra batteries, cleaning cloth, and a random cable. Not really sure what the idea is with this, but another door for your housing. This one is got slots in it for a strap or just for more sound. Dino plot. This is my Beetle. Look at that. 145 foot-pounds of torque, 142 horsepower. Pretty good. It also comes with a tripod mount adapter. That's something you'd have to buy extra for a GoPro. Some little angly things. A couple different helmet mounts. Another extendy thing. Another angly thing. A clippy mount. This thing. Oh, right. These are helmet mounts. Let's see. What am I forgetting? Ah, yeah, the helmet mount attachment here. So, anyhow, that's the SJ4000 in a nutshell. Mine came with a charger, car charger, so this will get wired in. I'll set this up as a dash cam. And, also came with a wall charger running away. And, yeah, not bad for selfies either. Let's see, so this whole video has been one take on this thing. This is the SJ4000 you're watching right now. The battery feels a little warm. Not bad though. The battery is replaceable easily. It's just right here on the right side of the camera. There's a door, you can replace it. Obviously I have more than one battery, so I can keep these charged up and swap out batteries if need be. But yeah, I just got this earlier today in the mail. I bought mine off Fox offer. You can see you can have multiple colors. If you want to make sure people know you don't have a GoPro, you get it in pink, blue, gold. Or wait, so that's silver, that's gold, black, yellow, or I think that's white. I got mine in black, so it looks like a Hero 3. No, actually, so it'll be more discreet if I set it up as a dash cam. But anyhow, that's that. Good stuff. Talk to you later. Uh-oh. What is this? Check it out. Part of the cheap build of this thing means that you can pull the front cover off of this thing super easily. And it looks like it would not be that hard to take this thing apart. If this thing does have the same image sensor as a GoPro, that means that you could pull the lens off of this and replace it with a mount for a C-mount lens from one of the old 16mm movie cameras, and you could have a nice little cheap C-mount action cam. They use modified GoPros with C-mount lenses in some big budget Hollywood films like The Avengers, Transformers. I heard they used a GoPro with a it's called a rib cage on it. It's modified, replaces the lens. So anyhow, you could probably do that on a budget with the SJ4000. Pretty easy. So another fun